The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, spoilers for Thursday, October 2nd, state that Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will avoid having an ASAP Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, wedding. Hope will join Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and Beth Spencer's, Jordan Gracie, dance instead, so here's what B&B fans should expect. Carter just delivered Hope the wonderful news that he wore Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. down and got him to bring her line back. That was music to Hope's ears, but it also made the dilemma she's facing much more tough. Now Hope is definitely feeling indebted to Carter, who's eager to make their everlasting commitment official. Carter doesn't want to wait to be husband and wife any longer, so he excitedly urged Hope to marry him today. Based on Hope's anxious demeanor and her earlier talk with Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, it's evident she's not ready to take this leap with Carter yet. Fortunately, Hope has a decent excuse to wiggle out of the hasty nuptials. Since Beth wants Hope to return to Brooke's apartment for the dad-daughter dance, Hope may bring that up to Carter. Since Carter wants to support Hope's family and perhaps indicate his not feeling threatened, he'll urge her to go spend time with Liam and Beth. Carter may say they can just put back the wedding to tomorrow or whenever else they can cobble it together as long as it's soon. Next, Beth will put on her gorgeous gown and new jewelry as Liam gets all dressed up, too. Once nightfall approaches, it'll be time for all the sweet dad-daughter dancing that Beth's heart desires. Hope will make it back and join in the party, so Beth will be over the moon. The same goes for Liam, who isn't ready to give up hope when it comes to his future with Hope. Over with Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, she'll have Carter's great traits on her mind in Thursday's B&B episode. Daphne would remain immensely attracted to Carter despite his engagement to Hope, so the program might use her as his backup love interest someday. Until then, Brooke will open up to Ridge and could even disclose that Hope is feeling drawn back in Liam's direction. It could lead to Brooke giving some indications about Hope and Carter's marriage not happening after all. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate Ridge may find himself concerned about Carter's heart in the end, so we'll bring you updates on the catastrophe that's ahead. As the sun began to dip low over Los Angeles, casting a golden glow over the sprawling Forrester estate, Hope Logan found herself caught between duty, desire, and the undeniable tug of her heart, staring at the calendar that Carter Walton had so gleefully insisted be set for their wedding, a date that had been pinned with the sort of certainty only Carter could muster, while in the same moment, Liam Spencer was coordinating last-minute touches for the dad-daughter dance that Beth had been dreaming of for weeks, the tension between what should be done and what she truly wanted pressing down on Hope like a heavy weight, because though she could see the joy in Carter's eyes, hear the excitement in his voice, and recognize the unwavering devotion he had shown her every day leading up to this moment, there was a gnawing unease that grew with every passing second, a persistent whisper in the recesses of her mind reminding her of the past, the shared history with Liam, the love that had always lingered just beneath the surface, never truly extinguished, and even as Carter's optimism radiated like sunlight, promising a future of certainty, partnership, and support, Hope couldn't shake the feeling that if she leapt too quickly into that commitment, she might be denying a deeper truth, a connection with Liam that had endured storms, trials, and heartbreaks that had only strengthened their bond, and the image of Beth, dressed in her pristine gown with her tiny hands clutching Hope's, her eyes wide with anticipation and hope, tugged at Hope's heart, reminding her that some moments were too precious to sacrifice, too fleeting to let obligation overshadow the pure joy of being present, of participating fully in the happiness of the ones you love, and so Hope, with a careful mix of hesitation and resolve, considered the path she would take, knowing that telling Carter she needed to delay the wedding, even for the simple reason of a daddy-daughter dance, was the kind of delicate maneuver that could either strengthen their trust or cause a ripple of doubt that might never fully subside, and in that instant, she imagined the conversation, the way Carter's face might fall just a fraction, the subtle crease in his brow, the fleeting flicker of worry in his eyes, followed almost immediately by understanding, for he was, after all, a man capable of empathy and compassion, willing to support the ones he loved even when it meant postponing his own happiness for theirs. Yet Hope's mind could not ignore the presence of Ridge Forrester, who, although brimming with confidence about the reinstatement of hope for the future, carried his own quiet concern for the emotional entanglements surrounding his daughter, aware that a single misstep, a single moment of hesitation, could ripple through the intricate web of relationships like a pebble cast into a still pond, and Brooke Logan, ever perceptive and attuned to the subtleties of the heart, was already preparing to guide Hope through this maze, her own history of love, loss, and complicated romance lending a weight to her counsel, the sort that Hope could not dismiss lightly, because Brooke knew, as only a mother could, that sometimes the greatest act of love is patience, the willingness to honor the heart's true calling, even when it conflicts with societal expectations, commitments, or plans meticulously laid. And so, as the day wore on and sunlight shifted to a warm amber, Liam adjusted Beth's necklace, smoothing the delicate clasp with a gentle hand while keeping an ear attuned to the sounds of the approaching celebration, knowing full well that his every move, every glance, every smile carried meaning not only for his daughter but for Hope as well, a silent language of shared history and unspoken affection that had survived every trial they had faced together. And in that quiet exchange, Hope felt a tug, a gentle reminder that while Carter's intentions were noble and his love unwavering, her heart had a different rhythm, a beat that pulsed for Liam, resonating through the shared memories, the laughter, the tears, and the moments of courage and vulnerability that had defined their journey. And as Hope finally stepped into the golden glow of the room where Beth twirled in her gown, her excitement palpable, she could feel the pressure of choice, the weight of decision, pressing against her chest, reminding her that life was a delicate balance of duty and desire, and that sometimes the right choice was the one that honored not only the expectations of others but the deepest truths of the soul. While across town, Daphne Rose, ever the observer, contemplated the qualities of Carter, his steadfastness, his charm, his unwavering commitment, and a part of her could not deny the stirrings of attraction, a dangerous undercurrent that might, in a different timeline, lead to paths not yet taken, paths fraught with temptation, ethical dilemmas, and the potential for heartbreak. Yet, in this precise moment, her awareness served as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragile balance of love and fidelity, of timing and choice, and as Brooke prepared to whisper guidance to Hope about the pull she felt toward Liam, reminding her that sometimes the heart must be heard above all else, Ridge observed quietly, his concern for Carter's heart evident, the understanding that even the most patient, understanding men could be wounded when their devotion was met with hesitation. The realization that in matters of love, there were no guarantees, only choices, consequences, and the hope that those choices, when guided by truth and empathy, could lead to the happiness everyone so desperately sought. And as the sun finally set, casting long shadows across the walls, the delicate dance of obligations, affections, and personal truths wove itself into a tapestry of anticipation, suspense, and tender emotion. For Hope knew that tonight, as she joined Liam and Beth on the dance floor, laughed at the innocent joy of her daughter, and allowed herself to be present, she was not merely delaying a wedding, she was honoring the full spectrum of human emotion, acknowledging that love was not a single path, but a journey with twists, turns, and sometimes a circle back to where the heart had always belonged. And as every glance, every gesture, every heartbeat intertwined, the quiet tension, the unspoken truths, and the undeniable pull of destiny coalesced into a moment that would be remembered, a single, shining point in time where decisions would ripple through every life in Los Angeles, and the bold and the beautiful universe would once again prove that love, loyalty, and the courage to follow the heart are never simple, never linear, and never without consequence.